Hey people, I'm just showing you this post office mail truck died or something in front of our house about 6 hours ago, and it's still sitting here. It's 6:30 on a Saturday night. I'm wondering if it's going to be here all weekend. Um, my wife wanted me to go out and make sure there wasn't a body inside of there in case the guy died, but I'm letting you know. I guess the post office is so broke they can't afford a tow truck. I don't know. I'll get back to you. Well, my wife told me to come out and check for a body in case the guy died in here, but it's empty. And it looks like he cleaned all the mail out of it anyway. But if it stays here too much longer, we're going to get squatters in it with cats and ducks. Just wanted to get a shot of this. The sun's going down. 2 hours has passed. You would think they could figure out how to get a tow truck out here, wouldn't you? Here, isn't it pretty? Look, you can see the sunset behind it. Now look, I'm not going to stay out here all night taking pictures of this thing, but it's here tomorrow morning. I'm going to sure as hell do it. Well, it's officially been 24 hours since this thing got abandoned in front of my house. Did call the sheriff's department last night. I was concerned somebody would run into the back of it since it's on the street and it's not, there's no street light there and it gets really dark out there. He came out, looked at it, said there was nothing he could do about it. It's a federal vehicle. They don't have any authorization to do anything about it. So I'm thinking they'll probably come tomorrow, being Monday, and do something about it. But I just think it's kind of bizarre. And not going to make a big deal about it anymore, but I had no idea that the post office could just abandon a vehicle on the street and then leave it for the whole weekend without at least trying to retrieve it. So, but what am I going to do? Another concern I had was maybe there was like the guy had died in the back of the truck or something. But I just covered my butt, called the sheriff's department. They came out like that last night. Officer was very nice. I had a nice little conversation with him about 9 o'clock last night. So anyway, that's where I'm going to leave it. I'm sure it'll get picked up eventually. All right, it's 6 o'clock on Sunday. The truck's still here. I'm probably not going to document this anymore. I'm getting tired of it. But like I said, we had the Gulf County Sheriff come out last night to make sure that everything was okay, and he approved it, so I don't have a problem. It's not blocking my driveway to the point where I can not get out, but I mean, seriously. Plus, there's no flashers on or anything. It's just sitting on the street. They'll probably come get it tomorrow being Monday. If I'm around, I might film that, but I think I've milked this enough that I can, so. All right, what I really wanted to talk about is this RCA boombox that I bought in Kentucky. I'm not sure where I bought that from. It just says stereos. It was this. We were on the interstate and stopped off for the night in Fort Campbell, Kentucky, because we've stayed there over the years. There's a hotel right off the interstate, but once we checked in, I said, well, let's go into town and see what's going on. And we did, and I saw this storefront thrift store. It was about 4 o'clock in the afternoon on a Friday. So I told my wife, let me go in there. Let me go in there and check it out. And of course, I got the eye roll. But of course, my wife, she understands. So she stayed in the car, and I went in there. And this place was huge. This was like 30,000 square feet. And it must have been 300 people in there. Just digging through stuff. And it was apparently the hot spot of the town. But I went into the back where all the electronics were, and didn't really see anything, but I saw this, and it looked halfway decent. And I have a real Jones for these combination CD tape FM stereo things. I bought it. It was $7.99. But I used it in the hotel room that night, and then the next day I used it. Stayed in the hotel that night, and the next night before we got home, I just used it for FM. I'm always looking for interesting FM stations in other states while we're traveling, so I can see if they're online and then stream them. And if you guys travel a lot, definitely take a radio with you, because there's a lot of small towns that they've been there since like the 50s, the radio stations, and they have all this stuff that they were given, the free stuff for airplay, and they've archived it all, and they play stuff that you haven't even heard for like 20 years, and I go, what? And you can get that online if you know what station to tune in. But anyway, the CD works, the radio works fine, the cassette player, for some reason I can't figure out, works perfect. I've got batteries in it right now, and I've been listening to it for the last couple hours on FM. It's very sensitive, picks up a lot of stations I can't pick up with my older FM radios I bring out here, and I showed you a couple of them. I'll get something that was made in Hong Kong in the late 70s and try to bring it out here and pick up radio stations. It doesn't work out real well. And yeah, if I go ahead and recap one of those to make it more sensitive and align it, is it really going to be that more sensitive? I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to add this to the post office truck footage, so you guys will have some audio stuff to look at. But what I like about this too is, look, there's a rotary volume knob, and it doesn't have a chip in it. It's got a varactor, and that's the tuning. I don't like wheel tuning, but for this I'm okay with it. And the AM FM switch is on top, and then you've got this on top. A lot of these types of models, the switches are on the sides, and you have to look for them or feel for them to change anything. So what I don't like about this is this little tiny LCD screen for the CD and the tracks and all that. It should be telling me what the frequency is, but it's not a chip, so it doesn't have a... I'm not sure if I like that. I don't like the chips. I don't like the digital tuning. I mean, if you want to look for a station and you put it on that station, it tells you exactly what station you're on. But 90% of the time, it doesn't pick up that station because it wasn't built for that. If you get a mechanical capacitor tuning, a varactor, you can call it whatever you want to, you can like slide between the frequencies and pick up side frequencies. Anyway, all right, I think I'm done with this. This does not have any kind of auxiliary input, but I really like it. It's clean. It's not heavily used. I could tell you, let me tell you a model number. Here, I have to move it. Oh, you guys are making me work. Here, sorry. All right, here. Read what you want. This is risk of shock. There's the AC port battery cover. Nothing else. Big deal. Big deal. You should probably want to model this. It just says RCA. Here we go. Portable CD radio cassette player. No model number. Isn't that weird? Nowhere on here that I can find by bending my fat butt over and checking it. Well, I'll tell you what. Take a picture of it and do a Google lens and see what you come up with if you really have to have one of these. All I'm saying is it works. I like it. It's clean. I bought it in Kentucky. I can play tapes on it. And it didn't cost me a fortune. It was $7.99. But I have no idea. This is a base DSBS. Doesn't seem to do anything, so I'm not sure, but it sounds good. I mean, it doesn't have. And okay, here's the best thing. It's not working right now because I tuned it to a. For God's sake. This is the religious channel. It does have an FM stereo light, and yes, it works.
Answers means he and his people can breathe a little easier.
There, FM stereo light. I love that. I love the fact that it has an FM stereo light that's a red LED. Because usually what they do is they put something on the LCD that's a stereo. Or I've even bought some of these where they don't even do that. Because they're like, we digitize your stereo system. So yeah, it presses all the buttons for me. I think the bottom line is, if you're an old fat man, you can bend over and tune it and change the volume. Because usually the controls are on the sides on these. So yeah, alright, I'm done with this. I hope you guys are doing alright. Talk to you later. Okay, we're working with a low light situation here. I said I wouldn't make any more videos of this, but it's 8 o'clock on Sunday night and it's still here. And, I just think it's funny. I'm just keeping you informed. But then we have the RCA, which is the real thrust of this, because I am actually, my channel's about video stuff. I don't know who made this. I'm going to have to investigate, but I'm not going to do it in this video. I'm thinking this was sold through Radio Shack. Radio Shack marketed RCA before they had financial problems. But I really like this thing. It sounds good. It's sensitive. Everything works. It's not full of rat turds or whatever. And the most important thing to me is it's sensitive. It picks up. I don't have to deal with a interstation static and all that stuff. Anyway, I'm going to close this out. If you like this video, subscribe. If not, leave a negative comment. Alright, it's Monday. The evil mail truck's gone. Here, I won't photograph my neighbor's house. 8:05 this morning, white pickup truck pulled up behind the mail truck. The mail woman that normally delivers their mail got out of the passenger seat with her uniform on, walked over to the mail truck, opened it up, and drove away. So I have no idea. The only supposition I can have at this point is the person they may have contracted to drive the mail truck on the weekends to deliver packages was just done and decided that he was going to just walk away from his job. And since there wasn't anybody at the post office at 1:30 in the afternoon, they just didn't know anything about it till this morning. So anyway, a lot of drama for nothing. Hope it makes for an interesting video. I mean, it's kind of a random thing to have happen. I'll leave you with a couple of seconds of this tape.
Charge saw the enemy and quickly ran away. They threw the body.
Alright, that's enough. I actually got a copyright strike again on that last video I did where I had the AM/FM tuner playing, but it was cutting in and out every 5 seconds, and the AI picked it up anyway. It was like you couldn't even tell what was playing, but I got a copyright strike. Alright, well, if you enjoyed this video, subscribe, leave a nasty comment. I don't care. I will see you on the next one.